Hello, 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 everyone. This is Big Baby Ben.
Judas Black, and tonight, guys, you won't believe it. We've got our first luchador on the show, man. It is going to be exciting here. So this here is Lizard Man Nile. Man, we've seen you wrestle, we've seen you perform, just amazing, mind blowing. So we want to give you kind of the spotlight to start the show here, kind of how you got your start and promotions you're working currently for, and things that you got planned for the future here.
All right, cool. I had to get my talking voice ready. Hang on. Uh yeah, just been um I grew up around wrestling. That's literally how I got into wrestling. I just posted something like an hour ago. It's a picture of my uncle when he won the Chicago Style Wrestling Metro Division title.
Nice.
So I have a non-title match this Saturday at Chicago Style Wrestling,
Okay.
and I am wrestling Iniestra, the current Metro Division champ.
Nice.
So yeah, uh, that guy, my uncle, is the reason I got into this business. So yeah, that.
Okay. All right. All right. And so you say you got into the business. So kind of where did you start training specifically with CSW, or was there other promotions that you kind of got into first?
So I started with Chicago Style Wrestling, uh, because that's where my uncle trained at. Well, back when it was Windy City
Okay.
first, and then I trained at CSW.
Okay. So it was known as Windy City before it was CSW.
Yeah,
I wasn't even aware of that. That's an interesting fact for sure. Um.
well, it's not
Uh,
well. In fact, I don't think.
okay. All right. So yeah. So you said wrestling's always been in your family. Does it go back further than your uncle, or does it kind of start with him and then?
It does start with him as far as the pro wrestling goes,
Okay.
but
Okay.
the majority of the guys in my family have all been like collegiate wrestling.
Okay. All right. Is there like any other promotions if you had the chance that you would like to be able to train with or perform with?
Um, well, later this month I'm wrestling at Third Coast Wrestling. I'm making my debut there on
Okay.
Awesome.
what is that, the 22nd, I think it is,
Okay.
and got Square Circle Megastars coming up and with them since like around the time I first started.
Okay.
Like my rookie years. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm only two
Absolutely.
years in, dude. I'm only 2 years in.
Okay. All right. Big baby, got a question?
Is there anyone out here in the indie circuit that you really want to face?
Uh, Actually, yeah, there is. He's one of the mentors at Chicago Style Wrestling.
Okay.
He goes by the name of Hades X1X. Dream match right there. Uh, just because like the whole mask thing and
Yep. I think I know who you're talking about for sure, 100%.
like,
Won't share his name because it's a hidden gimmick. But I know exactly who you're talking about for
all
sure.
right,
I'll
cool.
tell you, but I'll tell you later, big baby.
All right,
Okay.
We don't want to put that out online.
but yeah,
100% do not want to do that. So was there ever a move that you learned specifically in wrestling that was very tricky and hard to learn for yourself?
um, I feel like there is, but I can't name it right now
Okay.
because like if I don't get it within like the first couple of tries, then I just don't want to do it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I seen you at the one show when you were practicing and you were trying to get that one full flip and whatever you were doing in the ring with FXD. You were trying so hard to land it, like it was like a double flip before you landed on your feet. And I was like, man, if I even tried to do one flip forward,
Wait,
it
hold on.
landed on my face.
Wait, hold on. Which one are you talking about? Because I went off the ropes and then I did another one.
It literally right in the middle. You were standing in the middle of the ring, and then you were doing a front flip and trying to do like two flips at once and then land on your feet. But you
Yeah.
kept almost landing on your face. You were like coming down like that awkwardly.
So basically, that's a Phoenix Splash, but without the ropes and all that stuff.
Okay.
But
It's impressive.
I can only get to my feet, you know. And
So I do have to ask you. So I'm seeing these things coming off. I see that a lot in the luchador wrestling, but there's one particular wrestler and that comes to mind immediately when I see those, and that's Rey Mysterio. Was he a big idol of yours growing up at all, or once you started getting into the wrestling business?
I wouldn't say a huge idol, but the first WrestleMania that I ever watched, I was 3 years old on Earth years. It was WrestleMania 22 in Rosemont.
Mm-hmm.
Rey
Okay.
Mysterio won the big gold, right?
Yep.
In the big
Yep.
plate.
Yep.
So I just wanted to like do something Rey Mysterio-esque
Okay. Okay.
to like nod to that, to my
Full
first
extent.
ever WrestleMania.
Okay.
I wasn't
So-
there, but I saw it.
You said three years in Earth years. Are you from somewhere else particular?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you hear the announcer, he or she will say from another solar system.
Okay. Do you know specifically what solar system you're from?
Not the solar system, but one of the planets is called Lizandia.
Lizandia?
Yeah.
Okay. Lizard Man, Lizandia. Yep, that makes that. Okay. All right. So you're not from this Earth. You heard
No.
that, guys. We have an extraterrestrial on the show.
And we have a fan question just in Lizard Man. Are there any moves you will not try?
Ooh,
Are there any moves?
I don't know.
Yeah, if it hurts me more than my opponent, yeah, that's the move I'll not try. You know, like
I mean, that makes absolute sense. If it's gonna hurt me, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So have you ever had to dig deep into your bag of tricks to be able to pull out the win on a match?
There's been a couple of times. Not a whole lot, but like there's been a couple of times where I've had to use a small package or a roll up or some sort.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. This one time, just can't seem to do anything because my skin does come off. You know,
And you don't want it to come off in the middle of the ring.
I do not want it to come off because there's a reason why I still wear this skin.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't want nobody knowing who you are.
Exactly.
One thing that I absolutely love with you, man, is with training. You oversell everything. You take a simple super kick and you do a full backflip in the middle of the ring. I'm just like, why? Because it looks really painful when you do that backflip and you land on your face.
Well, I haven't spent a whole lot of time on Lizandia, but the gravity there is a little different.
Yeah.
Than here on Earth.
Okay.
So when I get kicked in the face or something, it's unique.
It hits a little harder.
Wait, what you think?
Oh, I said it hits a little harder than on Earth than it does on Losandia. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. All right. Interesting. Big baby.
Are there any moves that you would love to add to your arsenal?
Well, I'm not a power guy,
He's trying no power moves.
but I would love to hit at least one power bomb on somebody,
All you
just
got
for
to do is
fun,
get the
really.
right. All you got to do is get that right momentum as they're coming at you, catch them and drop them.
Yeah. I spent my whole life on this earth. I'm still learning how to like control like the weights and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if the atmosphere up there on Losandia is a lot lighter and easier to move around and stuff, and you get to Earth, I mean, there's a big differential. I mean, Losandia is a very interesting planet that the scientists haven't had a chance to really dig into. So,
Yeah,
um,
it's 2 light years away from here, by the way. Oh yeah,
okay.
yeah. No one's getting there. No one's getting there. Not even me. Not even me.
So who's been your toughest opponent to date?
Probably FXB. Yeah, I'm putting him over. Oh, him and Rafael Quintero.
Oh God.
Like I've won matches against FXB, but never against Quintero.
Man, I tell you
Oh,
that Quintero, holy crap.
oh, and
That
Jack.
guy, I was watching him. I was watching him when he was warming up, and his warm up, holy fuck! Like the flips that I can do, back flip, front flip, all that stuff. He floats as he's doing that shit. Like he's like, I'm like, oh my god! And then he's like back up, back and forth. I'm like, Jesus! Like nobody should be able to move that way, that fast, physically that fast.
Yeah, dude, he's wild. Jack Valor's another one. New champ too, right?
Who?
Jack Valor.
Yeah, I seen that. The new reborn champion.
Yeah, he's another one that I cannot beat. But already, I mean, we only wrestled once, so
Yeah.
hey,
Hey,
I've grown since then. My moveset has changed since then.
absolutely.
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
He's cool.
What is the best piece of advice a coach has given you to date?
Uh, People probably hear this one all the time, but never stop learning.
That's true because there's always something new to learn.
Yeah, it's corny, but it's so true. And
yeah. If someone comes to you and says, "I've learned everything, I have nothing else to learn," that's bullshit.
yeah, it is.
Big baby.
Are there any wrestlers when you were growing up that just really like that you were watching on the television that you were like, wow, they're very impressive?
This guy Ricochet. Have you ever heard of him?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah, when I was like 15 or whatever, I was randomly playing like one of the 2K games, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I seen this one guy Ricochet on the community creations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I downloaded him because he looked cool, and I needed someone to beat up, because I was getting tired. Because I was getting tired of beating up the same, the same heels, the same guys I didn't like. So I needed some fresh meat out here. So I downloaded Ricochet, not knowing he was the real person, right? So I look up his move set and see all this craziness, and I'm like, there's no way. Even for me, there's no way that someone can do this like in real life. This is obviously computer generated.
Yeah.
But then I see him debut on NXT, or like I seen like some random YouTube video, right? And sure as shit, there goes Ricochet. doing all this fanciness that I somehow took after.
Yeah, if I had to compare you to somebody while watching you in the ring, man, it would definitely be Ricochet. That's for sure. Some of the crazy stuff he does, and then I see you and you're out there doing pretty much similar stuff, if not the same stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Like I'm not. I might climb up to a top rope and jump on someone or something like that.
Yeah,
But I'm not trying to do no 450 splash or anything fancy like that because I'm definitely coming down on my head if I do that. So top rope is definitely not my in my repertoire.
Oh, and another guy is Jeff Hardy. I don't know if you could tell by the nails, but
Oh yeah,
Jeff Hardy is
hell
a
yeah,
favorite spell.
Hardy man, that guy. Jumping from I remember the one, I can't even remember what show it was on, but or pay per view it was on. He jumped from the top of the Teletron on and splashed somebody through. I think it was through a table or something. And oh my god, he's broken in half. That was JR. Good old JR.
That must have been Randy Orton he jumped on.
Yeah, it must have been. I just can't remember. I just remember him doing that. That stuck in my mind. Like holy shit, like Jesus. Because that man he's always been willing to put his body on the line. It's like he didn't care.
Yeah,
So
another one I definitely took after. Like I did a ladder match not too long ago for Squared Circle Megastars.
mm-hmm.
And this guy Mason Perks, I built like a table of sorts with 2 chairs and a ladder.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to put Mason Perks on the ladder, right? Climbed to the top rope, tried to hit a swanton, but he moved.
Ooh.
So I had to eat that ladder straight back. Straight back.
No.
Take out one guy. One guy.
Yes. I don't know if you've seen the match between Rhino and Nasty Nick Nolan. If you've seen that match or not, the main event from the last MCW. Dude, Rhino suplexed Nasty Nick Nolan on top of a ladder. I was like, oh my God. Like it was nasty. And that ladder, there was no give in that ladder. Not at all. It didn't budge.
It's on YouTube, right?
Huh? Yeah, it's on YouTube. Right? Yeah. Yep.
All right, cool. Midwest Championship Wrestling on YouTube.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure you know him. Obviously, you've probably seen him on the circuit. Austin Michael Baldridge posted that. He posted the full show on YouTube the other day, but he posted on Facebook
and Facebook.
Cool.
So
right, cool. I'm gonna watch it on YouTube later.
Yep, 100%.
So do you follow AEW at all?
Not really. No, not really.
Do you know who MJF is?
Boy, who could that be? I don't...
Well, have you seen the current news rumors? MJF allegedly making $15 million per year now in his contract with AEW. He would be one of the highest paid superstars of all time.
Good for him. I wish that was me, but I ain't there.
Yeah.
I ain't there yet, but dude, seriously, good for him. All right.
So before you performed any of your moves when you first started wrestling and whatnot, did you have to share those moves with your coaches first, or did they just say go ahead?
In the beginning, like I was like, I don't want to do a move until I have been taught that move first, because I want to hurt somebody, but I don't want them to like miss out on any like matches or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah.
But at some point, I just started like, as kind of going out on my own as far as moves go, and kind of teaching myself. And I haven't seriously hurt anybody yet.
Okay. And what is one of the most daring moves or something you've ever tried that you're like, I don't know about this, but you know what? Here it goes. Let's do this.
Oh, any dives.
Okay.
I do. Because as you know, Judas Black, the Bossatorium doesn't have a whole lot
No.
of space to jump, right?
He's like this above your head. You get on that top rope, you're like this, and you're like, eh.
Yeah. So the ceiling there is really low. So if I want to practice something like a dive, I I'm gonna have to wait till a show day. You know.
Okay. Okay, big baby.
Is there any matches that you wrestled with anybody on the indies that you would like to run it back with again?
Yeah, there's a couple. Obviously, you know the guys that I mentioned: Jack, Raffy, FXB. Um, there's this one guy, Matt Diesel, from. I met him at Squared Circle Megastars. We did a Fatal 4-Way recently at the last show,
Okay.
and he was one of the guys that was in there. He's a guy I would like to go one-on-one with. Well, I guess that's not really running it back, but you know, we met before, so it's fine. And I'm on the spot right now, so I can't really think too much.
So, you know, kind of partway through the show here, we like to let the wrestler, if there's anybody on the circuit right now that you want to call out, who would you like to call out?
Honestly, whoever wants to fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's calling out the indie circuit.
Whoever wants to fight, you know, whoever wants to go, screw it. I'm all for it. You know, I get paid. I get paid either way. So, I mean, like, do you know how hard it is to get cricket pizza?
That's so gross.
Like, it's a special order. You know, I can't walk down the street and like go, hey, you guys got any like cricket pepperoni pizza? And they're like, well, we got pepperoni pizza. You know, I got to go buy the crickets myself and, you know, sprinkle it on there. You know, it's annoying.
You know, nowadays though, man, they're making whey proteins and stuff like that with cricket powder in them.
Right.
So they're literally crumbling up crickets into powder and then just dropping it into the recipe. I found that out recently. I was like, I'm definitely going to keep my eyes open on which protein powder I order. So
I mean, it's not bad. I can tell you from experience, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Oh, you've actually ate a cricket?
Of course.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, lizard. Yeah, I should have figured that one out.
You know, Austin Michael Balders just posted some very interesting news on his Facebook referring to MCW. The first annual Jimmy Smooth Memorial Rumble will take place on Saturday, June 29th at Skydive Chicago in Ottawa, Illinois.
Oh, yeah, I'll be there.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if I'm wrestling or not, or if I'll be in the Royal, but I will definitely be there. Like, I've known about Smooth, but I just met him not that long ago. You know what I mean? So
well, I could say one thing about that man. He was all about giving people opportunities and helping people out. That's for sure. That's kind of how we got introduced into MCW between him and Oscar. You know, giving us that opportunity to be able to come to the shows and be able to commentate and, you know, call the matches and whatnot during the show. And he was willing to give us that opportunity. And we took advantage of the opportunity to be able to do it. I met him about a year ago. It was actually at the HAW show over there at the Nerd Speak Brewery during the summer.
Yeah.
And that was when I met him for the first time. Laid back guy, cool as hell. And, you know, it's too bad what happened. And unfortunately, life has its ways of knocking us up and down, back and forth. And we never know when it's going to happen. So if you had to pick a faction out there that you said that you would think is like top notch, that you would look towards, you'd want to be a part of, or you just absolutely love the faction, what faction would that be?
Is this like for all companies or just in the
All
indies?
companies, wherever you want to go, man.
Judgment Day. Judgment Day.
Oh,
Don't care. Judgment Day.
all right, all right. He was all on that. He's like Judgment Day, 100%.
Judgment Day.
So speaking of Judgment Day, I got to get your opinion on this. What do you think about this Liv Morgan Dominic Mysterio situation right now?
Personally, I think Dom is probably the luckiest dude right now. Because
Hell yeah.
I mean, well, not right now, but he's got Rhea Ripley, and now he's got Liv Morgan. Like what more could you?
Dude, there was a post on Facebook earlier that had a picture of Dom with his wife, with Rhea, and then with Liv, and it said wife, girlfriend, side chick.
Oh no, dude! I seen this one. It was the match cards for the Ray versus Eddie custody match.
Uh-huh.
But
Yep.
Ray and Eddie were replaced with Rhea and Liv. Seeing that one, died laughing.
Jesus. So, we talked a lot about the male side of everything. Who is your favorite female superstar of all time?
Of all time,
And it could be indie circuits, it could be WWE, it could be AEW.
TNA, Ring of Honor, anywhere.
Yep.
all right, if we're talking all time, then I'm going with Lita. Just because she was like my very first crush.
Mine was
Yeah,
my
mine was-
very first
Dude,
crush
when I
Ashley
first
Massaro.
landed here, like, and I saw her, bro, like, dude. I
Yeah.
mean, that's all I got to say about that is dude.
Mine was Stacy Keibler.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Mine was between Stacy Keibler and Ashley Massaro. So
Mine was Stacy Keibler and Tori Wilson.
I mean, hey, I like Puppy
Yeah.
too. I got a dog. Oh, well, I mean, she's in the house, but right. Yeah.
So what's your when you're kind of looking at different gimmicks and stuff out there and just checking out different superstars and whatnot, what's your top favorite gimmick and your least favorite gimmick?
Top favorite is Demon Finn Balor.
Okay.
Um,
How's it going, Deliana? Blue shirt girl.
oh, okay. But no, Demon Finn Balor, top favorite. Least favorite, I'm not sure if I have one.
Okay. Because there's some pretty interesting gimmicks out there. We were naming some last night. Doink the Clown.
Yeah, I'm sure I do have one. I just can't think of it right now.
That's a Hall of
Because I'm
Famer you're
always
talking about right there, Judas.
Always thinking positive.
When it started out, I would have said one of my least favorite gimmicks was Dirty Dominic Mysterio, but man, that guy has really grown on a lot of people. Like he is one of the most underrated heels in the wrestling business right now.
He's
like,
booed out of the arenas.
He can't even talk on a mic without people booing him. He just gave up trying to talk because it didn't do him any good. So, who would you say is one of the most overrated superstars of all time and one of the most underrated?
All right. Let me start with underrated.
Okay.
Because since like the Cruiserweight Classic days, I've loved this guy named Noam Dar.
Yep.
We know who that is.
His finisher is just super simple. It's a running NZ.
Yeah.
And I think simple is more, and I should really look into that myself. But Noam Dar is a good one. I like his match with Zack Sabre Jr. I just think Noam Dar needs more credit. And Another guy I think is underrated, Charlie Dempsey.
Yep.
Oh my god! I mean, the son of William Regal.
Yep.
Freaking love that guy. As for overrated, you're gonna have to give me a minute. Hang on.
Hey, some of these questions you're gonna have to think a little bit.
Yeah, come on, man. My lizard brain's a little small right now, man. Come on. Yeah, I can't think of anybody right now, man.
In my opinion, Kevin Nash was very overrated.
Ah,
Yeah. Yeah. He's just a big walking slow stick. And yeah, he can hit hard, but the man could barely move around a ring to save his life.
Have you seen that man run the ropes?
Awful. It's awful.
Terrible, sloppy.
That's because he can't move.
he tore
Don't
his
get in the
quad while
ring. I'm
walking,
not.
right? Yeah, he's the same guy who tore his quad while walking across the ring, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of tearing stuff, Vince McMahon, when he went to get in the ring that time and tore both of his ACLs in the back of his, it just
Dude, I
tore.
almost did that one time.
Ooh,
And it was at my first MCW show.
Jesus.
I tried to slide in the ring because I got distracted making my entrance. I was looking at like the merch table,
Yeah.
right? I get distracted very easily. If I see something cool at the merch table, I'm gonna take a gander. I'm gonna look at it, right?
Hey, what's that?
Yeah, yeah, and like I remembered where I was, and then I had to run back to the ring, try to slide, hit my quad, on
Ooh.
the apron. Just one though, just one though. So I was good. I was good.
You would have been good if it actually happened.
And luckily it was a tag match, so I didn't have to wrestle the entirety of the
Okay,
match.
good,
So,
good. So have you
yeah, I
ever
got
been to
lucky.
like an actual wrestling show and like one of the first ones that can kind of come to mind, like when you were younger, things like that?
Um, I mean, I remember going to a bunch of CSW shows as a kid,
Okay.
and there were a couple of times I went to, the Big E shows at the Allstate
Yep.
Arena.
It's go ahead. Keep going.
No, I was done talking. You go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So speaking of WWE, AEW, things like that, if you were ever able to make it big time, would you want to go to WWE or AEW? And if you went to WWE, would you be a Raw, NXT, or SmackDown superstar?
Uh, I would like to be on the E. I would have no problem with AEW. All right, I would like to make that clear. No problem with AEW. All right, but the E just has a more special place in my heart. I've had most of their figures. When I was a lizard boy. You know what I mean? And with that being said, I would like to be on NXT because that's where
Okay.
the NXT Heritage Cup champion is.
Okay.
And that's the
Okay.
one. That's the one I want.
Okay. Absolutely. Absolutely. Who would you say has the best merch currently to date in the bigger leagues?
Ooh, I do not pay attention.
CM Punk.
Oh yeah, probably CM Punk. Right? I mean, I only have one CM Punk shirt right now, and that was when he came back to AEW for the first time,
Okay.
which
Okay.
I almost didn't get. Like I went there with my buddy, and we wanted to stay and watch the show. So by the end of the show, the line wrapped around the entire building. I kid you not. And look, me, I wear a size medium shirt, right? So we
Yeah.
got to the table, right? And then they say, we're all out of shirts. So me and my buddy, we were devastated for like a minute until one guy shouted, "Hey, we got extra shirts." My buddy screamed so loud he almost like he almost blew out a freaking eardrum, right? But the only problem that I had no issue with was they were only large shirts.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I didn't care because this was such a big moment at the time. We needed that shirt, all right. So yeah, I got a large CM Punk shirt in my closet right now. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
I got his brand new hoodie that just came out. It says "Hell froze over."
Oh no freaking way!
Yeah, that's his brand new hoodie. Hell froze
No,
over.
I freaking love it. Hell frozen. All right, cool.
Yeah, because that's what they always said. CM Punk will never return to WWE. The only time he'll ever return is if hell freezes over, and sure the fuck it did. It froze over. So, according to what I was reading, the biggest T-shirt seller and stuff to date, or at least was Roman Reigns, and then now they said that Cody Rhodes has actually physically taken over that slot because he's become popular with Roman being out and not being in WWE right now. But there is a big talks that Roman, with the whole bloodline storyline that's still going on right now with, Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga and Tongaloa, that Roman will be back just in time for SummerSlam to address the bloodline situation going on right now. So, this will be his biggest. He just had his biggest ever heel run. They'll never be beaten. The bloodline and the tribal chief, that'll never be beaten. But now they're saying he's getting ready. Now that the audience wants him, they chant his name at almost every show, and
We want Roman.
Be his biggest babyface run ever. Like, they now can officially turn him babyface, and the people are going to eat it up. So I'm looking forward to that for sure, 100%. Big baby.
Talking about Roman Reigns, what would be your favorite Roman Reigns moment in WWE?
Well, it depends on if you're a Roman Reigns fan or not. If you're not, your best favorite moment would be when he lost the title finally. But that's not mine.
I was just gonna say, I got a buddy who's gonna hate my answer. He's gonna hate my answer. But my favorite tribal chief moment was when he lost at WrestleMania 40. Because see, look, my buddy's a huge Roman Reigns fan,
You just lost some cred with me, man.
So when he okay, look, in my defense, it's only just a troll. We went for because we had a show that same day at Cicero Stadium, right? Yep. So me and him, we wrestled our matches, respectively. And then he doesn't live too far from Cicero, right? So we went back to his house for a minute and watched WrestleMania. Boy, was he livid. Boy, was I dying laughing.
I can say this for 4 years. For 4 years, I got to stand up at the end of every pay-per-view in front of Ben and go like this every time Roman won. And Ben thought he was going to lose. And I'm just like,
yeah. Yeah, dude.
I don't know if you see behind me or not, but I'm a Brock Lesnar fan. I got a big Brock Lesnar blanket behind me. So when Brock was going against Roman, me and Judas really had some fun moments.
Absolutely.
Dude, when Brock was champion, I hated Brock Lesnar. I mean, now
You
You know
regained
that.
some credit. You regained some credit with me, man.
All right, cool. Well, I'm about to lose it again because now I'm a Brock Lesnar fan.
You got all the credit, brother. All the credit.
It was just when he was champion. I was not happy. I was not a happy camper. Uh,
Okay.
kind of the same with Roman, but I like Roman more. I'm not sure what it was, but yeah, I don't know. But
Who would you say out there, in the wrestling world, has the best mic skills?
what's that guy's name? He goes like this.
God darn it,
LA
Ben.
Knight.
Something that
Oh,
goes like
nice.
that.
Thank
Right?
you.
Yeah.
Show him whose game it is.
Y'all know who it is.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Dummy.
Him,
Yeah.
him and Jay
Dummy.
Uso.
So, what would you say is one of the best nicknames you've ever heard out in the wrestling business, and one of the worst nicknames?
Best nicknames?
Yeah, just a nickname or that you've heard that you were like, oh my god, I can't believe he just said that. And one of the best was like, holy crap, that's actually a pretty sweet nickname.
Jeez. You're gonna have to give me another minute. Because it's like, dude, I watch wrestling, but I hardly pay attention to
Hey, it could be people that just in the indie circuits, man. Like people you've wrestled and you heard their nickname, you're like, what the fuck is that? Like,
I think the worst nickname is probably Lizard Man.
did you say the worst nickname?
Yeah. Because who came up with that? It's so simple. Effective and straight to the point, sure, but I mean, come on. Could have came up with something better than that.
So, while you're thinking of the nickname thing, if you need a few minutes, what would you say is one of the worst factions you've ever seen in the wrestling business?
Probably Retribution.
Yeah. They could have made them dominant, but they just
Dude, I was such a fan.
Yep.
And then they got signed to Raw, and I don't know what happened.
Yeah, every time it's weird. Like a faction can dominate the hell out of NXT, and then they bring them to the big times, Raw and SmackDown, and somehow some of them make it. It's kind of like the Final Testament. Amazing faction, but it's an amazing idea, but it doesn't seem like they're going anywhere. Like
Yeah.
it just.
Yeah, I love that gimmick too. Like the whole cult type gimmick.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and by the way, Scarlett representing CSW.
Huh?
Scarlett representing CSW. If you don't know, she trained with CSW a long ass time ago.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. That's
Hey.
really cool.
Hey, let you know I've been around here for a little while,
So, who would you say has had some of the best ring gear that you've seen?
All right, I'm gonna put one of my friends over, Rafael Quintero.
Oh yeah.
That's about as DIY as it gets. Like he bought something and then asked a friend to riz it up.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, he's got some pretty sweet ring gear. I mean, I can definitely agree with you on that.
Another one is FXB because he does that himself.
Yep, I've seen he's all handmade himself. It's pretty sweet. So if you had to choose, like, hey, are you preferably more baby face, or would you like to try being a heel?
I'm usually a babyface. Whatever the crowd wants me to be. If they want to like me, sure, I'll like them back. If they don't, that doesn't bug me either.
So do you think you could pull off being a heel if need be?
Sure. Sure, I can. I can be. I can be mean.
I don't know if I could see that. I mean, you're like one of the coolest dudes that I've ever met. Like, you're always just so laid back and chilled. And I don't know if I could see you being a dick. I'm sorry.
That's a compliment to me, man. That is a compliment. All right.
Oh. Absolutely, absolutely. So what would you say if you had thinking back into the wrestling world, I guess, was one of the biggest missed opportunities for a storyline?
A missed opportunity.
Like they brought this group in, or they brought this person in, and they kept pushing it back, and then it was just too damn late.
Oh, that's
and
easy.
They got sent to catering.
Sting versus Undertaker. We all want that one.
Yeah.
Well, not now, but we all want that one.
Don't do it now. Neither one of those guys can move around the ring to save their life. Their time has surpassed. It's another question I want to ask you. We dig a lot into different wrestling promotion stuff. But this is a WWE one again. What was your favorite Undertaker moment?
Probably the one where he had Stephanie hooked up to the cross thing.
Oh, okay. All right. Yep.
And 100%. And I look at that one as like, what if I was watching that? Because, I wasn't on this earth yet. I wasn't even born yet,
Mm-hmm.
But like, I like to think like, what if I was watching this live? You know what I mean? And I didn't know what the outcome was. But like, just watching that would have petrified me as a kid. And I like that. I like that fear.
Yeah, absolutely. One of my favorite Undertaker moments, I'd say one of my top favorite moments would be Undertaker retiring Shawn Michaels.
Oh, yeah.
That moment had me in tears.
My
least favorite Undertaker moment is when Brock Lesnar defeated Undertaker at WrestleMania.
I was just going to say, my least favorite was WrestleMania 30.
That's my favorite Undertaker moment, him dropping the streak.
Least favorite moment.
I can't name another time my jaw legit dropped and stayed right there, dude. Like, I was silent for like...
I told Judas that night what was going to happen. He said, no, no, no. I said, yes, yes, yes.
Like, and then, like, when that happened, too, like, my cousins don't follow wrestling like I do.
Yeah.
Right? So when they saw me react, they didn't know what was going on. They just saw me frozen, right, looking at the screen. Like, what's going on? What's going on? I can't talk. You got to give me a minute. Because something major just happened. Something devastating just happened.
Yep. No, I was like, you can ask Big Baby
at the time.
You could ask Big Baby this. I literally was sitting on the couch and the pay-per-view ended. I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm done with WWE.
He was pissed.
Dude,
the whole house was pissed but me. Everyone in the house was mad. I was cheering. I was jumping up and down. Yeah. F5. You know what? It took 3 F5s and over 10 suplexes to get the job done, though.
To the dead man, hell yeah. You ain't putting him away with a simple suplex or a simple F5 right away.
No, he took a beating that match. He really did.
Hey, I think I cried. I
Yeah.
think I cried. I can't remember, but I feel like I cried.
Yeah, I think I teared up a little bit too. I was irritated. I was very pissed off.
I might as well have cried.
I think you went upstairs, Judas.
I'm done with this crap.
Hey, Judas, man, I was a kid when that happened. What's your excuse?
Shoot, that was WrestleMania what, Ben? 30, 29?
It was
30?
the greatest WrestleMania ever.
Shut up. WrestleMania 30, you said? So that was 10 years ago. So I was 25. So, no, absolutely.
WrestleMania XXX.
Yep, WrestleMania 30. Man. So would you say locker room morale at a show affects how the wrestlers perform in the ring?
Yeah, I think it does.
Okay.
Because because you put on your best performance for a show that you like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you want to stay at this company, whether it's because of the pay or whatever, but for me, the morale is important.
My dog just ripped ass.
Oh, God.
It was terrible. That's why I went like this. I'm sorry.
No, I thought you were hitting hitting the pen a second ago. I thought that's what you were doing.
Yeah, you didn't. We didn't even need that part of the conversation. Oh man.
Oh, what was I saying? Oh, morale. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I do think morale affects the show,
So
because if you want to stay at that show, you're going to put on your best performance so you can hang out with the locker room some more. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
If
So
it's not there, then
so on Lasagna, do they live in the dark too?
Well, like I said, I haven't spent a whole lot of time there, but from what I can remember, you ever see that show Dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Well, from what I can remember, it's a lot like that.
Okay.
Just not so much, I guess, dinosaurs, just more like bipedal lizards. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, I guess they are bipedal lizards as well, but I think you know what I mean. Yeah, it's a lot like that show Dinosaurs.
Okay, all right. So, Jack Valor won, like you said, won that Reborn Championship over the this past weekend. Do you think he's going to hold that for a long period of time, or do you think somebody's already fiending at it and they're ready to take it from him?
Yeah, I think Jack is going to hold that for a little while. He's 18, just graduated high school, but I can tell you from experience, he can go. All right? He can go.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, don't let that twig fool you, man.
I know.
He's going to kick your head off, dude. Trust me.
Yeah, no, I seen him. I was like, man, that God, he's small. Like, we thought AMB, like Austin Michael Baldwin, we thought he was a smaller guy, but he's got some muscular build. Like, Jack is just small. So, would you ever entertain a match with AMB?
Of course, I love that guy.
I want to see Lizard Man 1-on-1 with AMB. I think that would tear the roof off the place for sure.
If I had the fantasy book Lizard Man, I would definitely throw him against Pentagon Jr.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh no, I gotta take those chops then. I mean,
Yep, you gotta take everything that goes with it.
if Gunther said like his chops hurt, imagine what he's gonna do to my chest, bro. I'm like 160 something.
Oh, we
No.
were talking, dude, dead serious. We asked Kid Lat Boy Wonder last night on the interview last night. We asked him what his fantasy booking match, if he had to pick somebody to face in the ring, he said Gunther. I'm like, what? Why would anybody volunteer themselves for that? Like, that's gonna tear your chest up.
Well,
That'd
yeah,
be awful.
like the thing about Kid Lat is like he's super fast, so Gunther's got to catch him first, right?
All it's gonna take is one of these in midair. He's dropping.
Okay, yeah, that is true. But hey, come on, Kid Lat, dude, I'm outside right now and it's raining so hard. Like I'm in the garage right now.
It was just downpouring here a few minutes ago, and I'm what? You're in what? Almost in Chicago, or where are you at?
Yeah.
See, I'm in Davenport, and it was just downpouring here. I could hear it on the roof of my mobile home, and it was just coming down.
Dude, can you hear it right now? Like,
yeah, holy
Jesus
crap!
Christ. Try to close.
Yeah, I was at work earlier. I was filling my work truck up, getting it ready for tomorrow, and I'm sitting there waiting for the tanks to fill up in the back. And it just starts downpouring on my work truck. I'm like, great, now I got to get out of this and unhook everything. So,
yeah, this is...
maybe any more questions, brother?
Wait, what did you say?
I asked
no.
maybe if you had any more questions for you.
It's actually that time, a part of the podcast where we're gonna say our goodbyes, brother.
All right. Well, honorable mention tonight goes out to Lizard Man. We really appreciate you coming on the show, man. I look forward to facing you out there on the indie circuits.
Yeah, dude.
It's going to be a good time. When I'm ring ready, I'm going to be putting out the challenges. So,
all right, cool. I'll see you Thursday then.
All right, brother.
All right, bro. See you.
Yep.
Finally, take off my mask. Take off my skin.